What's up, YouTube? Check out what I found on the side of the road. I was on Facebook Market Saturday, and it was one of those fluke things. These are the ones I love the most. You get on and you find a car that was posted an hour ago. And this one was broke down on the side of the road. So this is the story the kid gave me. He bought it last week for $2,000. The guy told him it needed the plastic ball inside the shifter replaced. It wouldn't go into gear while running. I already knew, going to look at it, that it most likely needed a clutch. I was also hopeful that sometimes these things get sand and debris in the pilot bearing and they freeze and you can kind of get it unstuck and your clutch works again. I was really hoping for that. Not the case with this one, but I went, met him on the side of the road. He managed to start it in first gear and drive it down a busy road, mind you, and the serpentine belt came off. You can see down there the tensioner, the whole tensioner arm, pulley, everything broke right off. Belt flew off, it was smoking. He was stranded on the side of the road. He had bought a brand new battery for it, and by the time I got there, he already returned it. He knew he was selling this car. They posted it for $1,000. It's a 2004 Passat V6 manual. All in all, this is a super rare car. It's a good color. It's very clean on the outside. Smells like ashtray and diapers on the inside. It's pretty bad, but no rips really. All in all, rare car. It's got newer Michelins on it. They look really good. Kid was over his head. What I think happened is previous owner, you know, it wasn't going into gear, knew the transmission had to come out, sold it. How he got $2,000 for it, I have no clue, but he sold it to this kid. This kid thought he was going to replace the ball in the shifter. He took it for a spin just to see if it would go down the road, broke it, even worse, posted it, and then I come in on the side of the road. Car has no battery in it, serpentine belt's gone, and he's trying to describe to me what is wrong with the shifter. He told me you can't downshift it, you have to shut the car off and restart it to get it in gear. I'd never heard that before, and I was trying to make sense of it. It goes into gear when the car's off, doesn't go into the gear when it's running. That pretty much tells you that the clutch is stuck to the flywheel. It's stuck unengaged, basically. So if you start the car with the clutch in, it'll lurch forward, and sometimes the clutch will break free and it'll work, but then when you try to release the clutch, it'll let off a huge bang. So I did that once. We got it loaded on the car hauler. You can see I bought it on Saturday and picked it up on Sunday. I left a note saying I was coming to get it, and the cop came and put the sticker on it. I guess I had until yesterday to get it home, or they were taking it. So we got it here, put a battery in it, fired it up. Motor sounds super healthy. I was going to jack it up, put it in gear, start it, you know, and just try to break that clutch free. But I already know the clutch is broken in pieces inside there just by the way it's acting. I did check the transmission. It does have all 5 gears. So we're moving forward. We're buying a clutch, and there's no record of timing belt on this thing. And with that motor banging the way it did, I want to change that. So we bought a timing belt kit, tensioner, serpentine belt, clutch is coming. Oh, also on this one, we got it for $500. So I've got room to make some pretty decent money on this. I think I can make more money on it if I throw a set of coilovers on it and a set of Facebook Market wheels. If we get it low, make it like the other Passat, I think we could ask, honestly, we could probably ask $4,300 once it's buffed out, cleaned up, lowered with wheels. New clutch, brand new timing belt, brand new oil. It should sell pretty fast. And I think we will have with the numbers I've drummed up right now, we will have about 1,500 bucks into it. So we got a lot of cleaning to do, a lot of work to do. I want to get this front end off today, and then we are going to start pulling this transmission. All right, I got the front end off. There's a service mode you can do on these where you just pull it out like 4 inches. It's still a pain in the ass to get in there, so it's not much more work to really just pull the whole thing. And I did notice this motor mount is cooked, so we'll replace that. Here's the here's the pulley that broke off. Was it there? Yeah, that was there. And I mean, it just snapped right off the tensioner. That's what had him stranded on the side of the road. And whatever broke off, look at right there, it nicked that and did some damage. But all right, this is gonna be easy. Get these covers, get this off, fan off, bada boom, bada bing. We can see our timing belt. I can 100% see my timing marks. I don't have to worry about being off. Pretty easy on this one. Just one pulley here, one pulley there. It's not like 2 cams on each side, so should be good. And I think if, you know, we put brand new timing belt in there, it's gonna have brand new coilovers. I don't know, hopefully I can find some rotiforms or something like that. I could have left it stock and probably posted it for, I don't know, $2,800, $3,000, and absolutely got it. There are some on there for like $4,000, but I don't think they're selling. So we polished this thing up, new timing belt, new clutch, lowered on wheels. It's the V6 with the manual. This car is gonna sell. These Passats are somewhat popular. Not as much as the Jetta, but it is a pretty popular car. It is a cool color, so I'm happy. Do you think this is a $500 car? And you can see the tread on the Michelins all the way around. The back calipers look like they were replaced. These ones, you can tell it had been sitting for a while. But yeah, he was asking $1,000. I offered him $500. He said yes, way too fast. I could have offered $4, maybe even $3, because in his eyes, he did not know how he was gonna get it off the street. He thought it was gonna get repoed because he was driving it with no plate. I guess he paid $2,000 for it a week ago. He got $500 back. That kind of sucks for him. It is what it is. I'm gonna order the coilovers tonight. You're gonna wanna see how this car looks in the end. It's gonna be awesome. I think we can do it for, you know, 1,500 bucks. It's gonna be a super budget, just lowered, cool car. I think it's gonna turn out good. And it's got the cool blue dash, blue radio. Turn it on for you, but I don't want to get copyrighted. It does have this damage here. Maybe they had a phone holder or something. It's got OnStar. Headliner is usually sagging. Not bad. 169,000 miles. I doubt the timing belt has ever been done. God forbid we start driving this thing around and blow the timing belt, kill the engine, and kill all of our profits. The full kit with the water pump, everything, thermostat, belt, tensioner, all that is 200 bucks. So there's 700. We'll have 275 into the coilovers. I'm hoping to get the coilover or the rims for around 400 bucks off Facebook Market, 500 if I can get them. Usually you can get some pretty sweet rims for 500. It's got an exhaust leak. Gonna fix up the exhaust, do the muffler delete, big tip in the back. That's free. I have pipe around here. What else? Serpentine belt, all that. I think that was 80 bucks for tensioner belt, stuff like that. Clutch is gonna be 200, maybe 250. So that all added up is what we'll have into the car. Post it for, I think on the high side, 4,300. Let me know what you think in the comments. There's no rust on it. We're in Michigan. Everything's covered in rust. It's kind of dull right now, but it's gonna get, you know, it's gonna get rubbed out. It's gonna be shiny. What do you think I can get for it? Let me know, and we'll get this thing posted. I'll let you know what we get. But this is what I like to do. I like to buy wrecks. I like to fix them, sell them, make money. That funds our other projects and our other cool cars. Oh, speaking of other projects, you saw my Chevy OBS in the last video. Or a couple videos ago, we pulled the tranny because it blew the seal. Well, third gear just went out of that tranny. So now I have first and second. I knew there was going to be some damage done. I was just hoping it wasn't going to be this soon. So we got to pull the tranny out of that, and we're going to rebuild it. I'm rebuilding it myself. I'm learning how. I've got 3 transmissions over there underneath there, 4L60s. I'm going to learn to rebuild them, and we're going to practice on that. Get new clutches in it. It still shifts fine. It just has nothing in third. So that tells me the clutches are worn. New clutches in there. Put it back in. If that works, I'm buying another rebuild kit for the other trannies. We're going to rebuild those. We're going to start buying Chevys with bad trannies and just swapping them in. Every time we get one, we'll get a new core to rebuild. Hopefully that works out. We'll see. But this is where I'm at with this one, guys. Tell me if you think it's worth 500 bucks. Tell me what I should do. Should I lower it? Should I put wheels on it? I think I should, because one, that's what I like to do. I can take pictures of it and, you know, say I did that, and I think I can get more money in the long run. Yes, it's more work. It's a little bit more money, but I think I can make more money in the long run, and it gives me something to do. I got the front end off this thing, pulled the timing belt. Apparently, from what I see online, big hole and big hole have to face each other. I've got the bottom lined up, and then I also marked everything just in case, you know, something gets bumped. All in all, this is a pretty easy timing belt to do. The one I took off, it wasn't horrible. I knew the car had been sitting for 2 years, and you know, who knows what it had been through, or if it's ever even been done. It's got 168,000 miles. We're gonna sell it to someone. I would hate to sell it and then all of a sudden, you know, in the first week, or have to deal with that. I don't want to deal with that. So this is the belt that was on it. It didn't look horrible. It is kind of dry, you know, kind of hardened, but I noticed, because the water pump and everything comes right here, it was replaced at some point. This is a newer water pump. It did have a leak. There was a lot of this red foamy crap all over the front of the motor. The bearings in these idler pulleys are fairly good. I mean, they feel good. They feel real good, actually. So someone had done the timing at some point, I'd say a while ago. So this just came in today. And I hear good thing about Gates. I want to put one of their racing belts on the other Passat. So yeah. You hear people say, if it's got those lines on it, it's bad. Well, this one's brand new, and it's got the lines on it. It doesn't look much different than the other belt, but look at this. We've got water pump, pulleys, all the good stuff. Nice and tight. So, yeah, today we're going to try to get this water pump on here. And I know I've got a lot of scraping to do. Man, I wrapped this stuff like 8 times. We searched and searched and tried to find one with a metal water pump, and then came to the conclusion, you do the water pump every time you do the timing belt. It comes in a kit. All the kits come with it. You know, why would we put a long-lasting water pump in there if the belt's got to be done every 70,000 miles or so? So, you know, figured might as well. We went with the Gates kit. It's a good kit. We got our sticker to put on the motor. So I like seeing that. New tensioner. So, yeah. This is where I'm at today. This is my whole lineup right here. But yeah, you can see, you know, there was coolant was leaking from the front of the motor. I cleaned up a lot of it. I got to come in here. You can see it's all, I blew it off with air Inside there doesn't look bad. I gotta scrape all this gasket. Oh, man. I hate scraping gaskets. So I'm gonna get busy on this, get this looking good, and then we'll get this water pump installed. Oh my gosh, have I ever told you I hate scraping gaskets? This gasket is hard as a rock. I mean, I've got bottom half predominantly, and then you get up here, and this stuff, you can barely even scrape it. So I got bored with scraping gaskets and decided to pull this plastic piece. Thermostat, I think I found our leak, but that led me to this. This goes over here. I think it's a second water pump, because you can kind of see an impeller in there. But when I was taking this apart, I was trying to pull this clip off, and this end came off here. And this is what's in there. It looks like it just plugs in. I'm thinking I probably ought to buy a new one, because we get this thing all back together and that doesn't work, I will cry like a baby. Maybe this is removable. I don't really know. If you know what that is, let me know. But now I have a lot more room to get in here, get this corner. I can clean all this up. So continue on. All right, got the water pump in. It looks so good. I gooped both sides of the gasket. I don't want any room for error. This thing feels good. These torque specs for these bolts is 7 foot-pounds, which completely feels way too loose. So I cranked her up to 10. I feel 3 foot-pounds, can't crack the case, and we know that she's gonna seal. So unfortunately, I'm waiting for this thermostat here. I thought about reusing it, but I want to get all this off and clean it all up anyway. So we'll get a new one of those in there. Might as well while we're in here. And then we can start getting this belt on tomorrow. You'll have to come back and see if this thing runs. I'm out of here for now. Peace.